and welcome to my home. Look, one of the things I say that why I've been successful in property is because I don't give up on things. One property actually took me 7 months to get hold of, and as you can see, I have a stunning wife, and we've been married for 37 years, and as you can see, I don't have a lot to offer other than to make her laugh, and I can cook because I was a chef for over 25 years. However, by not giving up on things and being persistent, it is the single most important thing. And, you know, although I do joke about it, I say that, you know, I always want to have a beautiful wife, and I asked 100 beautiful women out, and Marie was the only one that she wasn't wearing her glasses and it was a bit of a dark room, and she said yes, and the rest is history. But look, the truth is, in property, you are going to have disappointment. And if you're new into property, there's certain things that you should know. And that is, you know, don't go into an estate agent and just say, you know, look at loads and loads and not do anything. You really need to get educated. You need to understand about the properties itself. This is something I'm always amazed at, that people will go and offer on properties and yet they don't know what is actually going on. Then what they do is they pay for a survey comes back with huge amount of problems, and they've just lost whatever it's going to be, 2, 3, up to £1,000 on a survey, depending on what type of property they're going for. Sometimes they go for too big a project without the experience, and not many lenders will allow you to do that in the way that you want to do something much bigger. If you don't have the experience, they're not going to let you go forward. So what is the 3 top tips for newbies in property? Okay, let's have a look. Okay. Okay, so just preparing something for later, some ingredients. But why am I showing you that? Look, the trick is, obviously I was a chef for 25 years. I cut onions very differently to how my wife cuts them, all right? She takes a little bit longer, nothing wrong with it. She get almost to the same effect, but it's fine because she's a really good cook now. Never used to be, but that's another story. However, look, by learning from people who know what they're doing, you will save a lot of time, pain and money. Now, on an onion, as an example, if you're going to dice the onion, you have the root part there. So when you clean it, you shave it. You never cut that off, because when you're cutting it and dicing it, you need it to keep its form. Why am I telling you this? This is just how to cut an onion. If you're doing a refurbishment of a property, you're going to want to know how to do it properly. Now, unfortunately, the ways to learn is to learn by someone who's ahead of you. One of my favourite quotes is by Sir Isaac Newton, and he said, "I can see further because I stand on the shoulders of the giants who went before me." So even that great man who was an inventor and he discovered and so many things, he was learning from the people who went before him. And that's the way to do it. So number 1 tip, if you're starting out, learn from other people. Number 1, that's it. Okay. Hi, so number 2 for newbies coming into property. Look, you must get the vehicle that you're going to work in properties right. So, are you going to buy in your own name, or you're going to set up a company? If you really don't know the answer to that question, and for some people it's going to be very different, you need to sit down with an accountant and speak to an accountant about your personal circumstances, your income, and they will advise you whether you're going to do a company or in personal name. I would think the majority would be setting up a company. But then again, how do you set that company up? Now, some people will say, oh, you can do it for a few pounds online yourself. There are things called a SIC code, SIC. This is an identification number on the activities that you can do in this company. You might not know which is the right code. So ask your accountant to set it up. It doesn't cost a lot of money. It's cheap, £25, something like that, for them to set it up. You just go online, find the company name, and they will do everything for you. Secondly, when you set that company up, you also need to be able to do some way for people to recognize you. So business cards, it's a must. You must have leaflets, and so you've got something, so when you're going to view 20 minutes before you arrive, you put them in other doors. It's a great tip to help you as you're starting. All right, I hope that helps you. And that was number 2. So number 3 on the list for newbies in property, it's really important to view properties. A lot of people think that they can just view a few and that's it. Unfortunately, there's very few people that would do that and be successful. It is a numbers game, and there is the price to pay of time, and that is shoe leather in the way that you go and you view properties. And even when it's cold, wet and raining, you still got to get out there. Listen, successful people are the ones who will get out, not scared to get wet, muddy, dirty. You've got to get out. If you want to know how many properties you should be viewing each month, if you're seriously going into property to want to find that deal, it's 40 a month. Go and view those. You're going to grow your education and knowledge in property, just in the structure of buildings, which is so important. You're going to grow in the way that you're dealing with estate agents, and you're going to grow just with getting more experience. That, coupled with education and hopefully having a mentor who's going to help you on that way, then that's going to be really, really impacting. Listen, this is a very short video just to help you guys. If you enjoyed this, if you're interested in some of our training that we've got coming up, please contact me by email. If you want to come onto our Facebook group, Cashflow Freedom, with Leslie Tao and Trevor Cutmore, come on there, join the group. Every Wednesday night, 8 o'clock, we do a FaceTime live. I think you're going to love it. We love property, we love helping people. I can't wait to hear from you. You take care, have a good week. Bye-bye. So, you've got to work really hard. Listen, just because it's raining doesn't mean to say you can get away with it. You've got to get out. Get yourself an umbrella, and so you can deal with the situations. Don't stand there saying, oh my goodness, I'm getting wet. You get the right tools, you can accomplish anything you want to do. So, in property, you've got to pay the price. You've got to use the shoe leather, you've got to see the properties, you've got to get out. But you can do it, and we can help.